All right, the cage has been set up, and it's main event time here at TCW Next Level here in Toms River.
The sight of the steel cage alone is enough to incite "This is awesome" chants from the Toms River faithful.
The match hasn't even started yet. And here comes the special enforcer for the match, the world champion, Anthony Gangone.
The what?
The champion.
Yes, the champion. There's only one world champion in Titan Championship Wrestling, and we saw him compete earlier tonight.
We got to get you a pair of pom-poms. So it's going to be CMD versus Roxas and Moran. If Aaron Roxas and Johnny Moran lose this match, they will no longer be employed by Titan Championship Wrestling. There are no pinfalls or submissions or disqualifications in this match.
And the only person that benefits from that is Anthony Gangone, because he is scared to get in that ring one more time in a one-on-one situation with Johnny Moran, because he knows if he did, it would be the end of his reign as champion.
Oh, stop it.
Well, Al, you mentioned that if Johnny Moran and Aaron Roxas lose this match, they are fired from Titan Championship Wrestling. Conversely, though, whichever team ends up winning this match surely has to be working their way up the rankings in Titan's tag team division.
That is also correct. So a lot of implications in this match as Aaron Roxas and Johnny Moran make their way to the ring. The only way to win the match, both members of the team must escape the cage either through the door or going up and over through the top of the cage and down to the arena floor.
And it has to be both members. So if Johnny Moran escapes the cage, but for some reason Aaron Roxas is still in the cage fighting CMD, that is not a victory for Roxas and Moran. Roxas must also escape the cage along with Moran. Same goes for both members of CMD. Both Boom Harden and Desean Pratt both have to escape the cage. Not at the same time, but they do have to escape the cage, both of them.
And that is correct, Pete. Both members of the team must escape. You cannot win if only one escapes the cage. Of course, Johnny Moran, a former Titan and Funhouse champion. Moran will tell you that he was never choked out or put to sleep by Gangone. Let the boys be boys. Slam! It's CMD. Boom Harden and Desean Pratt.
Boom shakalaka. That's what they say in West Philadelphia, where I was born and raised.
On the playground where you spend most of your days.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of school. Then a couple of guys named CMD started making trouble in my neighborhood.
That's not how that song
I got
goes.
in one little fight and my mom got scared. Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
You got an auntie and uncle in Bel Air?
I do.
Wow.
Where do I get all these nice jackets from?
The more you know.
Well, CMD, Desean Pratt, and Boom Harden have been making waves here in the northeastern region over the last year or so.
And
here in Titan, as well as other promotions, CZW notably.
And they've earned themselves an excursion in Europe.
Yes, they will be going there as part of a CZW partnership with WXW in Germany, along with a number of other CZW roster members that you may have seen in and out of Titan and or other companies here in the Northeast New York, New Jersey scene. I would have loved to have seen Samira in the cage.
She won't even bump. She's not getting in the cage.
Introducing first in the far corner to the right, from Scranton, Pennsylvania, the Dark Horse Johnny Moran and Crossfire and Roxas. And their opponents, from
You know, I find it very weird, Alex, that Aaron Roxas is going to compete in a steel cage match in a pair of dress pants. He must be rich. Or probably left his gear at home. Pat Savino laying out the rules.
Again, by virtue of this steel cage, this match will be contested under tornado tag rules.
Pat Savino exiting the cage. There will not be an official in the ring.
No need for one, as there are no pinfalls in this cage match. There are no submitted. A traditional cage match usually can be won by an opponent being pinned or submitted in the cage, or one person escaping the cage. Because of the rules of the Camden Prison match, as well as it being a tag team cage match, there will be no pinfalls or submissions counted in the cage. So you can get your opponent down, you can pin them, no ref to count it. You can lock in a submission hold, and guess what? Even because there's no ref to count the tap out, you could keep that submission locked on for as long as you want.
And here we go. The fisticuffs are flying. And as you may have noticed, General Manager S.P. Anderson observing this match at ringside. It's not every day that we have a steel cage match here in Titan. In fact, this is the first steel cage match since Christina Marie wrestled Holidead back in 2020 in the pandemic era of Titan.
Looks like CMD getting the upper hand here in the early goings of this steel cage match, bouncing both Moran and Roxas head first off the sides of that steel cage.
And CMD, Roxas, and Moran are both regularly teamed with each other, but the strategy's got to be different when you involve a 15-foot-high steel cage into the mix. The cage can be used as a weapon itself.
Absolutely beautiful double hip toss there from CMD. And a beautiful kick as well. Double knee strike.
Good luck.
Moran and Roxas, of course, coming up together in that Northeast Pennsylvania region, but CMD more experience as a tag team, which
And that
could give them the edge in this Camden Prison match.
And that is correct. Even though Roxas and Moran are friends, they don't have nearly as many tag team matches together than CMD do, to your point, Alex.
They do not, but again, this is also a different type of steel cage match. This is a tag team steel. It's a steel cage match. It is a different type of tag team match. I apologize for getting my words mixed up there. It's a different type of tag team match. This is happening in a steel cage. So traditional tag team dynamics go out the window here.
I got to bring up a point to both of you gentlemen. Now, both members of the team must escape the cage, but wouldn't it be a disadvantage if, let's say, Boom Harden got out the cage and left Desean Pratt behind? Now it's a 2-on-1 mugging, isn't it?
It really is. And that's the disadvantage of having to have both members get out of the cage, because one member of CMD can get out, but the other one could be stuck behind. And here's the thing. I got to ask, because I don't know how clear these rules are. If you escape the cage but re-enter the cage, do you have to escape again for it to count?
I would assume so. Alex, what's your interpretation of the rule?
I would say, they made it very clear both feet must touch the ground outside of the steel cage, so I would assume that both members have to escape.
But but Alex, if one member were to escape, let's say Boom Harden were to be able to escape the cage, and Desean Pratt is stuck in there with both Roxas and Moran, and Harden decides to re-enter the cage to help Desean Pratt, does that count? Does that invalidate his having left the cage?
Well, we shall see as this very unique, as you said, steel cage match plays out. Aaron Roxas going to work on the leg of Desean Pratt.
And again, we do have General Manager S.P. Anderson at ringside, as well as senior official Pat Savino, so I'm sure that they will clarify that rule should that situation occur. Double team maneuver now upcoming from Moran and Roxas. Moran and Roxas fighting for their Titan careers here. If they lose this match, they are gone.
And again, I believe this is all cahoots. This is all a setup. Gangone, Billy Fetsky, our principal owner, and SP Anderson, our general manager. They are all in cahoots to try to get Moran and Roxas fired from Titan. This is unfair to Moran and Roxas. Moran helped put Titan on his back, helped bring this brand, this enterprise to new heights. Titan Enterprise, everything that's happening right now, all the great things that are happening, the upcoming excursion to North Carolina that we'll be taking at the end of the summer.
It looks like Roxas and Moran are going to be the first team to attempt to exit this steel cage.
And you see Alex Boom Harden, he's getting he's trying to make an attempt to stop Aaron Roxas, but Johnny Moran escaping unopposed as Desean Pratt is laying on the mat. And Johnny Moran might get out of here scot-free.
Oh, but Johnny Moran going back into the cage in order to help his tag team partner.
And again, this is one of those situations where you're like, hey, I got to make sure that I don't leave my partner out there to dry, because at the end of the day, if Moran escapes, Roxas is in a 2-1 situation, locked in a cage.
And you see the advantage is you get one man on the floor, you only need to get one more man out, but the man that's left behind is going to take punishment, I'm sure.
And now Moran locked in with Harden. Pratt, that high knee allowing Boom Harden to get a slight advantage and get that suplex.
Nice side Saito suplex executed by Boom Harden in tandem with the knee from Pratt. And now Roxas going for a ride. Looked like a Michinoku driver that time. And Desean Pratt climbing the cage. Maybe he's going to escape or attempt an escape. Yeah, and he's unopposed.
But again, is it smart to try to escape?
Wait, no, I don't think he's going to escape. I think he's going to fly.
Desean Pratt.
Oh, my goodness. Double knees to the chest.
I don't know how smart that was for Desean Pratt. He is writhing in pain right now.
And you have to imagine that took just as much out of Desean Pratt as it did Aaron Roxas. Desean Pratt just came down from 15 feet in the air.
And now Boom Harden trying to escape the cage, but once again, how smart is this when Desean Pratt trying to get up over there.
Well, it looks like Boom Harden is going to touch the arena floor uncontested.
Well, but Johnny Moran getting to his feet.
But can Desean Pratt get out in time? Desean Pratt, Boom Harden's down. Boom Harden has officially escaped the cage.
But this is what we're talking about now. Desean Pratt left in a 2-on-1 situation. Now, the question is, can Boom Harden re-enter the cage? Pat Savino's holding him back. Boom Harden went for the door, so I guess the answer is no. Once you escape, you're done.
And look at that. Now he has put Desean Pratt in a tenuous situation. Pratt has to now deal with a 2-on-1 assault. Harden can't re-enter that cage. Harden cannot help his partner. And now Roxas and Moran just get to lay it in on Pratt. And guess what? They only have to get one guy down, and both of them can escape the cage.
Moran and Roxas circling like sharks. And Boom Harden completely helpless to help his tag team partner.
He's trying so hard to get back into the ring.
And there's nothing Boom Harden can do to help his mentor, his tag team partner, Desean Pratt.
But it shows how selfish Boom Harden is.
Selfish? He's trying to win the match.
but you didn't check on your tag team partner to see if Pratt was able to climb the cage. You didn't check to see his progress. What happened? When Moran was trying to climb out of the cage, what did he do? He looked back multiple times to see what Aaron Roxas was up to. And when he saw that Aaron Roxas was in trouble, he aborted his climb of the cage and went back to help his tag team partner. Boom Harden is selfish. He escaped the cage with no care for Desean Pratt.
And now Johnny Moran going through the door, it looks like.
Oh, wait a second. That can't count.
Well, no, that's part of the rules. They can go through the door. It's either through the door or up and over. Pat Savino did open the door for them. So Johnny Moran now is out of the match. He has successfully escaped. But it begs to wonder, Alex. Aaron Roxas had a chance to go through with him. Desean Pratt laying there prone on the canvas, and Roxas chose to stay behind and dish out some more punishment. Do you think that might come back to haunt them later on?
Certainly could, but if anything, it's a testament to the sadistic nature of Crossfire Aaron Roxas.
I don't know how smart that is, but you've been questioning whether people are smart, dumb, and gutsy all night.
This is true, and Aaron Roxas, we could see now torquing back the arm of Desean Pratt.
Here in our tag team steel cage main event.
Aaron Roxas is in complete control of Desean Pratt, and right now this is Roxas and Moran teaching Pratt, CMD, and by proxy, all of Titan management and Gangone what they are willing to do, the amount of pain and torture they are willing to inflict on their opponents.
Well, it's no secret that Titan management wants Roxas and Moran to lose this match. What a huge middle finger to the authority of this company it would be if Roxas and Moran were to win.
Big fisherman suplex there from Aaron Roxas. But once again, have to question the motivations of Roxas. Pratt is down for the count. Why is he not attempting to escape the cage?
That's the million-dollar question, Alex, and this strategy of Roxas or these behaviors might come back to haunt the team of Roxas and Moran. Imagine if they lose because Roxas, instead of escaping, just wanted to dish out more punishment. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's not even going to be a thing, right? Aaron Roxas is going to get out of that cage. Moran and Roxas are going to win this match. Okay, they were put in this situation, and they are going to defeat the odds just like they always have.
Got to question the strategy here, especially when these two men are wrestling for their employment in this company.
They know what's on the line. They know what they have to do.
But Desean Pratt is in that cage. He's dead weight. He hasn't moved in quite some time, taking heaps of punishment at the hands of Aaron Roxas. Look at Boom Harden. Boom Harden's trying to climb back in the cage. SP Anderson trying to stop him.
And look,
and Anthony Gangone.
The first good thing Anderson and Gangone have done all night actually enforce the rules fairly.
And Roxas, he's got Pratt. And he just threw Pratt into the cage, knocking Boom Harden off.
Well, that's what you do when you got a pesky insect flying around and buzzing about. You get rid of it any way you can.
Pesky insect. Wait, what? Is that a sledgehammer that Aaron Roxas has?
No, that is Aaron Roxas's $20,000 stainless platinum walking stick.
Where did he get that from?
I mean, it's probably, European made.
I mean, how did it get in the ring? That's what I mean. And look at all the shot right to the stomach with the cane from Aaron Roxas to Desean Pratt.
You say it as if it's not legal.
Well, there's no disqualifications in the match, but I can't say I'm surprised. Choking Desean Pratt now is Aaron Roxas.
And again, there is no DQs in a cage match, so anything goes.
This is despicable.
I'm not mad at it. You got to win any way you can. Any way you can, you get the victory.
And Roxas now with that cane Oh, he swung and missed like his name was Aaron Judge. And a huge DDT from Desean Pratt. And maybe, just maybe, that opens the window of opportunity for Desean Pratt to escape through the door that Anthony Gangone and Pat Savino just opened.
Pratt is crawling toward that
Wait,
cage
Johnny
door.
Moran just attacked Anthony Gangone and swung the cage door into his face. Gangone is the special enforcer in the match.
Well, Moran has a steel chair.
Oh, come on.
Re-entering the cage now.
This is against the rules. Once you've escaped, you can't re-enter. And Desean Pratt's got to fight for his life, basically. With a chair shot and a cane shot.
I don't hear a bell. There's no disqualification. It's a cage match. Rules go out the window in a cage match.
And SP Anderson trying to get Moran out of the cage. And they got handcuffs. Don't tell me they're going to handcuff Desean Pratt. Oh, come on. What a mugging. A huge miscarriage of justice.
Pile driver by Roxas to Pratt. And at this point, we might as just call it what it is. A victory. Once again, by the hardworking, smart-thinking, quick-witted Roxas and Moran.
And there's nothing that anybody can do within the rule book to stop this.
You're damn right. This is all legal. It's all within the rules.
And they're handcuffing Desean Pratt to the ring ropes.
Nothing stopping Roxas and Moran now.
Wait, and
Except for Boom Harden.
Well, no, he just felt the boom on the side of the head as he got smacked by that platinum walking stick.
Despicable. Roxas and Moran are going to win this match.
As they should have from the beginning. This was a setup. This was a setup by Fetsky. It was a setup by SP. And it was a setup by Gangone. So you know what? How do you beat the fix? You fix it your own way.
Oh, look, they're still attacking Gangone. What a crock. You beat the fix. What are you, a mafia gambling expert?
Listen, just because you think you know the answers, it's time for Roxas and Moran to change the questions. And that's what they did here tonight. Fetsky and Anderson and Gangone, they thought they had it all figured out. They thought they had the fix. They thought they had a way to get rid of Roxas and Moran. And guess what? They're going to have to go home tonight, and Billy's going to have to take that long drive to whatever backwoods hut Billy lives in, okay? And they're going to have to eat a nice helping of crow. Hey, at least for SP, he's used to it being a Phillies fan.
And Billy Fetsky, the owner of this company, now has come to ringside. Gangone was assaulted. His job was just to be the enforcer. He didn't overstep a boundary.
Well, Desean Pratt finally free.
And he's trying to make a beeline for Roxas and Moran.
I got a second. Billy Fetsky on the microphone.
Let's hear what the owner has to say after he was complicit in this setup.
You think it's over? It's not over. There's Johnny Moran on May 20th. Not only will you be facing Ultimate Dragon, but you will also be facing the champion, Anthony Gangone.
Whoa!
May 20th, the opportunity to rise to the Titans. It is Anthony Gangone, the heavyweight champion, versus Ultimate Dragon versus Johnny Moran. And in order for Anthony Gangone to lose the championship, his shoulders only must be pinned.
Wow, how about that?
Celebrate now, boys, and everybody's over. You both will be terminated. Terminator. Terminator.
So wait a minute, May 20th, it's Gangone versus Moran versus Ultimo Dragon, and the only way for the title to change hands is that Gangone has to be the one to be pinned or submitted?
And see, once again, here's what I'm talking about. The setup, doing everything they can to stop Johnny Moran from being the rightful champion as he should be. Because if Johnny Moran were to pin Ultimo Dragon in any other triple threat situation, he would win the Titan Heavyweight Championship. But of course, the fix once again in, and the owner complicit in the setup.
Manchester Little League, you guys have been awesome.
Wow, well,
We really appreciate it. Love you. And let me tell you something. We thank you, Titan Championship.
ladies and gentlemen, for Alex Aceta, for Pete Rosado, for our ring announcer Samira, I'm Alphonse Stevens, and we'll see you again on May 20th for TCW in the Highline Arena. Good night.
With my man here, the heavyweight champion from us.
Okay? Yeah. I noticed you got kind of quiet.
I'm just very tired.
Tired? Yeah, I get it.
You and I both. I don't know how